Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to look at the overall market once again. I'm going to do some updates on the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video and sharing with y'all some stocks to keep on watch for today. All right, so let's dive right into it. Right off the bat, we got the SPY, and yesterday the SPY made a massive move. I was leaning a little bit bearish at first, and then some stocks refused to really sell off, and there were some wicks in the morning, and then a new structure appeared. Right, the reason why the SPY had a massive move that we saw yesterday is because of this. If we look over here, all right, first the SPY was forming a bull flag. There was a bull flag that formed from yesterday, starting from like yesterday's pump with these buyers, and then there was some consolidation, and I was watching it for a day trade after realizing that it really didn't want to fall. So it was just chopping over here sideways, and then later it formed this bullish triangle, and it broke out at 948, right? And then after looking at this, I decided to take a trade on QQQ, and I took a trade on QQQ right after that thing broke out at like 10:08. All right, so it broke out at 10:08, and the price target for QQQ was 359, maybe even 360. And we simply held our calls. We held our calls all the way up until like 11:10. All right, and what happened at 11:10 is that this thing right here, it started to peak a little bit. That's where I decided to get out. So I got out right over here, and I entered right after this initial pop, and then there was a follow through. So again, like I've mentioned in the last video, take the opportunities as you see day by day. I did say watch out for bearish opportunities to show up, but in this case it turned out to be a bullish one. Again, this is what I mean. Take the opportunities as they come, and especially when the market is like it looks like it's bottoming right now. So as of today, what to expect, I'm not really sure. Like, I'm really not sure. I think anybody who swung calls overnight will be looking to take some money off the table, and if that happens, then we might see a drop back down towards 360 for QQQ, and then we might experience a little bit of chop before we make another move, potentially higher. I'm not really sure. Again, watch out for day trading opportunities today. Watch out for day trading opportunities today for QQQ. All right, now I'm gonna share with y'all a stock to keep on watch for today. Now, the main stock, the one that has a very good structure, that is also oversold on the daily chart, and it has a lot of potential for not just today but also for next week. That stock is, I'm gonna change this to the 1 minute. That stock is BABA. All right, I'm gonna erase this completely. Now, the reason why I want to share BABA with y'all is because, number one, if you look at the daily charts, it's very oversold. Like, the last highs from earlier this year was at 120, and right now it's been, I shared this one with y'all before to watch it for the gap fill of $84. It did so right here, and then it popped and consolidated again and formed this thing right there. So we're gonna go onto the one hour, and we're gonna zoom in right here. Now it's a little wonky, and it seems, and there's a lot of gaps in between, but there is a bull flag on here on BABA, right? So watch BABA for a long, all the way up to that alert right here, all the way up to $91. It could happen all in one day, or it could just take a sweet time and get there on Monday. All right, and it could play some games too at the open where it kind of like drops and plays around right here, and then we see a jump to 91 All right, it could do that, but I'm watching it for a long, along with the other Chinese stocks. Another one is another Chinese stocks that is very oversold is Neo. And Neo, again, I gave you guys this one a long time ago for a short, and it bottomed right in this region. They had a battle between the shorts and the longs between $8 and $9, and it looks like the longs are victorious on this one. So watch it for a long. Could it play some games before it really runs? Maybe. All right, but there's a lot of room to run on this one. A lot of gaps to fill at $13 and at $14.50. When is it going to fill? I don't know, but eventually it's gonna fill because 90% of all gaps eventually gets filled at some point in time. All right, now let's do an update on the other stocks that I've mentioned in the last video. Well, I did tell y'all in the last video to watch BABA for a drop. We're gonna go back to it, and I was right. Like a drop initially, and then it had a sell-off to $84. So guys, the move was very fast, and it was very sudden. But I did get y'all ready for this drop right here. So if you took that trade on it and you made some money on it, congratulations for doing that. The other stock that I've mentioned for a drop was Apple, and Apple tanked out the gates. Like it tanked out the gates. So there was an opportunity on here for shorts, but it was very, very short-lived. Like the bearish video yesterday, yes, it was very bearish, but there was some instance that you could make, especially if you were swinging shorts, you could have made some money on this one and exited quickly right when the bull started to take over. All right, but in regards to Apple, is it still bearish? The answer is no. The answer is no, because let's go on the 4-hour. Let's just make sure that the answer is no. Yeah, the answer is no, because if the stock was to really behave well, it wouldn't have gone up here. It would have just stayed down here below 170. And right now, if it gets above 173, there's gonna be some bears who are trapped, and all of them are going to cover. And if they are covered, then we can expect to move up to 180 very soon. So that's my thoughts and opinions on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to demolish the like button. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Again, these videos are released 15 to 20 minutes before the market opens. To have early access to those, become a channel member by clicking on the join button and clicking on the morning videos. All right, if you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see it, along with the trades that I take and the reason why I take the trades that I take, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't followed me on social media yet, you can find me at NGumah and the Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. To get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below after signing up. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah, the Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.